everyone, I'm the Kaiju no Kami with
Cruellica Kain
and
Silver Quill, who does not get an elbow to the throat, thankfully.
I know.
We are talking about Donbrothers, episode 20 and 21.
Actually, I was talking about assault just a moment ago.
Well, actually, it's kind of funny. So, on Twitter today...
Assault is funny. Assault is not funny.
With a shaker.
Okay, I wasn't talking about assault. On Twitter today, I was scrolling because I get updates on Toku, Persona, and I actually saw the scene of Saru brother eating his imaginary ramen. So that's how I conveniently remembered.
Yes, there are alternate titles for these two episodes. One is Dragon Fires, the other is Damn, I Want Some Ramen Now.
No shit, the ramen looked yummy.
Yeah.
Well, the actual real ramen.
I was going to say, it looked imaginary to me.
So, these two episodes kind of stay on track for the funniness of the show. And the fact that the team is not a cohesive unit yet.
No, the chaos is the constant.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, it's working in the show's favor very well. I mean, but maybe it's because there is no overarching goal. It's not necessarily beat the bad guys.
No, I kind of feel, in all honesty, this is what Zen Kaiju should have been. But I'm happy it wasn't, because then we wouldn't have had Donbrothers.
No, but for a moment there, when the master had the nose, I thought of all the weird looks that we saw in Zenkaiju, including those creepy cat eyes.
So one thing that I do want to note is that, because we've called him Master, because, well, we ourselves have called him Kaito a number of times.
Black Kaito.
But they've always called him Master. So there's been, between us, there's been a debate on, is he God? Is he actually Kaito? So we're still not sure if he's God, but he does actually go by the name Kaito.
Oh, or he could be the penguin.
Well, he does wear a tuxedo very well.
I'm the hero.
But, so episode 20, we have Jiro's girlfriend, apparently who only eats in her dietary consumption a popsicle stick. In every scene she's ever been in, even for the flashbacks, going back to a little kid, all she's seen eating is a popsicle stick.
Sea salt ice cream, to be specific.
Which looks super yummy.
Yeah.
Actually, no, it was super yummy when I had the sea salt cookies and cream.
Yeah, oh yeah, over
At the rocket ship place.
Yes, but I've never had just sea salt ice cream.
No, I've never had it before, but just sea salt and like caramel or the cookies and cream now, it's very tasty. So I would imagine sea salt itself, just that version of ice cream, which has like a weird blue
coloring.
Coloring.
Well, that's why I like it. And I recognize it from Kingdom Hearts 2.
Oh, yeah. But we're going to go way off track.
We are, but we're making an oddly silent kaiju facepalm.
Yeah.
Wait, he's putting on my gothic look.
But I also noticed, you may not be able to see it on the video, but we have a row of cell phones. And the iPhone is sandwiched between two Samsungs.
It's an iPhone sandwich.
But
get those interface ports connected.
So Jiro tells the group about his girlfriend coming to Tokyo. And he's like, I told her I was going to be a superhero, and I really want to prove I'm going to be a superhero. Can I be the leader? So Taro is like, well, I can't tell a lie. Because he's William Tell. No, not William Tell. Washington. No, in the stories from childhood, George Washington.
Now, the fact that you're getting our president and William Tell mixed up. I mean, if it was William Tell and Aaron Burr, I'd at least...
Okay, nevertheless, without dealing with
So
judgment
who said
from
I
him,
couldn't tell a lie?
George Washington.
He chopped down the cherry tree.
Yes.
I thought, wait, was that the Appleseed story?
Johnny Appleseed? No.
Apple
Appleseed.
tree.
I
Yeah.
thought it was a cherry tree.
Was it apple or cherry? Oh, a cherry tree.
I heard apple.
He cut down a cherry tree.
Yeah, it was a cherry tree.
Oh, okay.
But anyways, so Taro says, I'm going to quit the Donbrothers. So Jiro,
Because he can't lie.
he can't lie. My long segue was basically he can't lie.
Taro, not George Washington or William Tell.
Who's William Tell?
Oh my God, let's move on. William Tell is also from
Is he from Penn and Teller?
No. Okay, moving on. Moving on.
I'd worry about these two.
I made a mistake. I still corrected it by identifying the right person who
Okay.
said I cannot tell a lie.
Just get to the point.
Even though he told plenty of lies. Anyways,
As a politician.
Jiro comes up with the idea of doing dragon fires. What do you all think about that before we move on? Dragon fires.
Dragon fire.
Well, there are teams of dragon fires. But anyways, what do you think about dragon fire?
Well, one of my favorite bands is Dragon Force, so, that's pretty cool sounding to me. In fact, if there is a Super Sentai called Dragon Fires, I wouldn't be against it.
What do you think of dragon fire?
It was fine.
So, I do like the hesitation that everybody has initially. And then they're running, kind of like a Rocky moment, they're running upstairs for exercise,
For training.
for training.
And then we have Black shows up and
Favorite scene of the episode.
he's like, what are you guys doing? Oh, we're training. Yeah, it's nothing that someone like you would be able to handle.
No, amateurs could handle.
Oh, well, I'm a superhero, so I can do this. And then we have him running up, and he starts going like, and the music just starts slowing down.
Well, it's also... He's also wearing the heaviest garment.
He is.
He's got a jacket with like 50 buckles.
And then he's like,
Which is sexy.
oh,
I
police,
love that type of jacket.
gotta run.
What is it about buckles, though?
I don't know. It's just something that's like so
She grew up in the
cool.
90s.
Okay, yes.
But then he's like, oh,
But he buckles under pressure.
police. So he goes running off. And we've got Kiji who's like, I don't see any police. Oh, it must be nice to be able to use them as your scapegoat.
Well, being a fugitive has its advantages.
So they go up, and apparently they're doing all this training because they're not just going to fight monsters. They're also going to do random rescues because Jiro wants to become popular. And
So a truck is out of control. It magically stops.
After booting two of them into the stratosphere.
And then they're saving guys from a fire. Blue passes out. It wakes up. And they're like, "Oh, we're outside." And then I love when they're like, "You don't need to remember our name, but we're Dragonfire. But make sure you remember Dragonfire."
I kind of thought of that.
Yes, plural. Dragon fires.
Yeah, they're dragon fires.
Dragonfire.
No, there was
an
an
S.
S. There was an S on the end.
There was an S.
I'll send an SOS to the world.
SOS to you. I send an SOS and I send an SOS.
Are we just idling it while he looks up and admits he's wrong?
Yes. He won't admit he's wrong. But anyways, moving forward.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. This would be a noble thing. You'd actually want a Super Sentai to be there to help save people from crumbling buildings and fires. I would, however, like to have a word with the safety administration in Tokyo because apparently they're not doing their job.
Well,
If a building is collapsing...
Okay, it was Dragonfires.
oh my God.
He knows just the S. That's the most I got up for. But if buildings are collapsing at residential, shouldn't they have been noted by surveys or, someone inspected them?
Yes, that would be my thought, but
Then the Dragon Fires could become a political advocacy group. And it could be like the Star Wars prequels.
Okay, let's not go that far.
Oh.
Let's temper our expectations. Let's
Of disaster?
Let's rein it back in a little bit about the whole political
So,
group.
hold on.
What?
So the scene of the trio when they were by the waterfront and guys come up and say, hey, you're going to be in our movie?
Yeah.
That's a tie-in to the Donbrothers summer movie that came out the few
Is
days after the
that
episode.
why? Okay, that all seemed rather random.
Yeah, it did. I was very confused. Because orangey brown, blue, and white all get called while they're by the pier saying, do you want to be in this movie? And they have it called First True Love Hero. And
Which is the name of the movie, I guess.
Of the manga, the yellow.
yes.
Or New First Love Hero movie. That's what it's called.
So, and because Sonoza, or Sononi, he's been reading the manga, which we'll come back to later. But, so, we find out that they're all going to be honored for this award by the minister of something or other.
The safety that they're not enforcing in Japan.
Exactly. So they're supposed to get an award. So you see them all in this room.
Looking like Usopp.
Jiro has his long cape. Tsuyoshi, or Kiji, has like this like pompadour. You have Saru looking all debonair and relaxed. And then you have this gigantic gown for
She looks like Belle.
yes, she did, for Haruka. Or
Bellsop.
so they're all, and then they turn around, they all have the Pinocchio noses. Because earlier in the episode, Kaito makes the reference that if you keep on looking for fame, you're going to continuously turn your nose to the sky and it's going to grow long like Pinocchio.
But that wasn't... The nose grew because he told a lie.
I know.
Like, why are you saying... Does Pinocchio mean something different in Japan?
It could, because I do notice in Japan, I don't think it is like a Pinocchio reference, but I do know sometimes, like I've seen in animes, where if they get like really cocky or anything, their nose grows. Like their nose sticks out at a point. So I've always wondered about that too. Like maybe their fairy tales are a little bit different, but I do know that there's like a whole thing about noses showing cockiness and... But so he then blows smoke over all of their exploits, saying, yeah, Taro's been in the background helping you all the time, and now he's fighting a monster by himself. So our trio of companions, they have their nose drop off and they leave. Jiro then becomes Dark Bakura. I'm sorry, Dark Jiro. Or Yami Bakura, sorry.
Who turns into a white tiger who's silver.
White tiger? I feel offended.
So that's how he gets his... Well, I thought it was more white, but
it's silver.
But so that's how he gets his white and his silver and gold.
Well, I find it funny. The spear becomes an axe, and somehow dragon, tiger. It's like, so if he flipped it the other way, would he be a turtle?
Or a phoenix.
Well, then he'd have to get then he'd take the spear and turn it upside down. It's a phoenix or something like that.
But I did think it was cool because his personality like gets really, really out there, and he does like a one-hit kill on the monster essentially.
Which is a Die Ranger monster.
And so he then gets cock-blocked on trying to fight Taro because the monster grows big we're in the upper part of the atmosphere world, and so they have to fight him, and by the time they finish the battle, he's not there. But he does continue this Dark Taro in the next episode, where
Marasume.
where we now get the reaction from Hikaru. Is it Haruka?
Well, the episode ends with her walking into the store.
Oh yes,
and she sees the magazines with Black Kaito going, "I'm a hero."
Because he accepted the award in their place.
The nose. The guy who cautioned. There's another Japanese saying, "Starkest under the lighthouse." Mm-hmm. And so there he is, able to critique other people, arrogance, but not able to recognize his own. And now, his explanation for him appearing as a Zenkaiger Jedi, because
I know, because he turned the gun into a lightsaber,
and it even had the sound effect. It's like, oh, that sounds really cool. I would have gotten a Zenkaiger changer if I'd known it sounded that cool. There's probably got to be like an attachment.
But yeah, so our next episode, we've got Haruka walks into the restaurant and sees that Kaito has laid out all the magazines because he's selling his own image.
Book, yeah.
Now. He's selling out. Oh yeah, she was in the bookstore screaming.
Yes.
You know, the only way that scene could have been more perfect is if the blue Zenkai's vroom suddenly peeked out from way down the aisle, and it's a blink and you miss it moment.
And then, so yeah, we have the next episode, Marasuma appears to having to save one of the grunts from
Anoni.
Our beast.
Anoni, yes.
So I find that interesting. Anon, as in unknown, Oni.
Oh, yeah.
It's an anonymous, unknown individual who's also...
Shouldn't they have a different mask then?
Well, can you imagine if they tried that? The actual anonymous group would be like, we are hacking you because we're bitter.
Yeah, true.
So then we've got Marasume turns into Aberrate Killer with the wrong colored neck, because his neck should be black, not white.
I
totally thought that.
Yeah, I agree. I completely agree with the wrong color.
Jiro turns into Kiba Ranger, and they fight for like 5 seconds.
Well, I was so busy just witnessing this white-on-white action that I totally was distracted by the should have been a black neck. This sounds racist as hell.
Well, it was hard to acknowledge Kiba Ranger being there, seeing that the wrong costume was there. I completely became oblivious to everything else in the episode.
Everything else. The episode was completely ruined because of the wrong neck color.
Who the fuck is gonna pay attention to that? Exhibit A. But seriously, you could have just acknowledged that it was cool to see Aberrate Killer draw out torpedoes.
It was cool. I'm just saying that.
Oh, I'm just saying, I'm a guy who watched Tommy the Green Ranger have scenes with this flimsy
I know.
shield.
I hated
and then you watch the Japanese stuff where it looks like solid plastic. If I can make it through that, the neck color ain't gonna faze me.
Well, and then you had Tommy's shield as the White Ranger, where it would change in size. Sometimes it would cover going up to the bottom of his chest. Other times it would cover his entire stomach.
Yeah, I totally cared about that.
And then in recent years, where they've painted the freaking Dragon Ranger helmet silver on the front.
Yeah, I remember that. I got through it. I survived somehow.
But a 5-second scene ruined everything.
I didn't say it ruined everything. I'm just saying that it was...
We're having 2 classic Rangers, both white-on-white action, duking it out, and you're worried about the neckline. What?
We're judging you.
In fact, but you've also been very quiet. I find this fascinating. You've been very, very quiet about these episodes.
Because you're just going on and on. I haven't had any chance to talk.
Oh, you can interrupt him all the time, just like I did. But you can't interrupt us?
Oh, we've got the power. We hold the power in this review.
This is why Kaiju no Kami
White Ranger power.
White Ranger power. That's right. We're the Whiteys. Whitey power. Oh dear.
No. God help me. I need
no,
my hands.
No. No take backs.
We've got Cracker.
Not part of this.
We've got Cracker. We've got Mayonnaise and Whitey.
I'm sorry. I have to take myself out of this.
Pasty power.
Pasty power. There we go. Where the pasties? Pasty power. Pasty power. Pasty power.
Okay, you can stop saying it now.
Well, I've got to overshadow what I said earlier. God damn.
Okay. So we've got this dude. These guys kidnap Saru, not knowing he's not the guy they're looking for.
Which
This is not the monkey you're looking for.
so we find out through this there have been 5,000 other people who have taken on Kiji, Inu, Saru, and Oni. 5,000 other people.
Well, wait, would it be 5001 because we had that alternate Oni sister
Oh yeah.
who was doing just fine, but they saved her
Well, he said there were 5,000 before them.
before them. So now the total number is 5,005.
6.
Well, there's 4 companions
Yes.
plus the extra Oni sister.
Yeah, 5,000.
I don't know if we count Dragon.
No.
But
I would.
it did answer my question from several weeks ago. Oh, does this mean there have been previous users for these powers before they got them?
Well, apparently yes, but that 5,000, I mean, I realize Tokyo is a densely populated city, but isn't that a good chunk of the population? Even just a little?
They have 100 million people in Tokyo alone.
Okay, then not...
So that's like a drop in the bucket.
Boop.
Well, actually,
Boop.
I need my calculator to find out how much of a percentage is that.
Air.
Thank you.
Since you.
Ask politely.
But then, so here's a side story that we also have alongside this. So,
Sononi.
Brown.
Brown.
He loves First Love Hero so much.
Sorry, but 5,000 out of the million of Tokyo is 0.5%.
Or Sonoza.
Oh yeah, you're right. Sonoza. Okay, so I was right.
Oh, and so we're back to the noses.
So Sonoza, being such a fanboy, he goes up to Oni's sister, Haruka, right?
Yes.
Haruka. And he's like, you wrote First Love.
No, he goes into the restaurant, says, "You're Haruka," whatever her last name is, and then he just waltzes right up to her. Next time we see them, she's like on a chair in some warehouse.
Kind of similar to Saru.
And, well, Haruka wanted to be a hostage earlier in the series.
She did.
And so I'm like, there's a lot of abductions. Okay, you've got buildings collapsing and lack of fire control, and now suddenly random abductions. I'm worried about safety and law enforcement in this here town.
And isn't her aunt a cop? Or is she a journalist?
No, I thought her aunt was a cop.
Okay, that's what I thought.
I thought she was a cop.
But so Sonoza basically says, I need you to continue this series. She's like, I've retired. I don't care. Do this. And then her, with her mind in avarice land, it's like, if I do more, I can change a cerebrum's heart.
I'm the only one who's able to get their attention.
So she draws, creates a chapter, gives it to him. He gets pissed off and he's like, this is terrible. And she's like, when did cerebrums become editors?
Everybody's a critic.
But I do like the fact that when he's trying to explain emotion and love.
She's like, what?
Yeah.
Well, when she gives the declaration, I gotta do it. He's like, yes, you're
Well,
right.
I know.
Even in the previous episode, though, when he's reading the thing and he's like this.
Oh, yes, I forgot. I was trying to figure out if he's trying to mimic. Okay, you can stop now.
All I'm thinking of is that
Watch
Key
us
and
get
Peele
a
skit.
Watch us get a concussion on this.
No, shit.
I'm thinking that Key and Peele skit when he's when Peele's playing the guy for laughing.
Well, okay, stop doing it like that because that's terrible.
But that's how.
Well, I know that's how he laughed.
I forget this kid. I don't know.
I'll have to show it to you. It's hilarious.
I don't know. Well, if you're saying it's terrible for...
No, I meant like because it's terrible because he's gonna hit me.
Oh.
But so I thought it was hilarious because him trying to convey emotion with a deadpan face going all over the place with his arms, and then when she gets called to transform and he's reading it, he's moving his arm around.
And apparently can't hear Dawn Blaster shouting very loud. So
he's in the zone.
He's in the fanboy zone. You could probably burn down the entire studio.
Hey, that was me reading One Piece this past week. That Wano arc has been freaking fantastic so far.
You were burning down the studio? What?
So, okay. So, if the world collapsed around you, would you notice?
When I was reading One Piece? No. Because the Wano arc was that damn good so far.
So far.
Have you ever been in such a zone where the world could collapse around you? And
only once.
Oh, okay.
I was what, 6th grade, 7th grade, and Young Jedi Knights was a book series. Mm-hmm. And they just come out with the conclusion of the Shadow Academy arc. So I had determined to read a few chapters before I went to bed. Then I read a few more chapters, and a few more chapters. Before I knew it, I had read the entire book in one night.
I've done that before.
Of course, these were shorter books, so...
She did that with Harry Potter #6.
We don't talk about Harry Potter anymore. I don't like TERFs.
You can talk about the book and separate it from the creator.
I know.
As someone who likes Orson Scott Card's work, I have to be very well experienced in this.
That's true.
But so but yeah, he's just like goofing off as she teleports away. He never notices. And we had a samurai monster for representing Shikinger, which was kind of a cool design. And I like that the mech battle was human-sized the entire time.
Although that makes for a weird celebratory moment.
And they used a new sword attack too, which was cool.
But I find it kind of weird. We had this whole, it looked like a Yakuza conflict. Nope, it's a ramen shop. We're back to the ramen thing.
I kind of feel like this is something that could happen in the Yakuza games.
So could it be a Ramen Kider?
Ramen Kider, I could see it.
Well, and the episode starts where we get like the shortest movie imaginable. We get like an opening title and then the ending of a movie by this character Tetsu, who's a samurai, who he cannot cook anymore because his hands are so stained with blood.
Yeah, I thought he was a chef who...
He was a chef who was a samurai.
Acted like a samurai.
And his hands are so stained with... all I thought of was, oh God.
Forget About Me.
No, the stupid actor,
Stupid actor?
His father, okay. He's the father of the actress who was in the Gamera movies. The recent Gamera movies.
Oh.
An American actor.
Oh.
Who's a cop.
Who's a cop? Wait, he is a cop or he played a cop?
He is a cop.
Oh. Man, I'm coming up blank.
You remember the Gamera movies?
I'm just going to look up ramen shops.
The recent trilogy.
Yes.
The girl the main character, her father...
Steven Seagal. That's all I thought of. Well, he's from Shin Godzilla and Kakaider.
So all I thought of...
Metalder.
Okay, because all I thought of for the actor was Steven Seagal, like, just, my hands are stained with blood, just because of all of his stupid movies.
So there's a Nami ramen and poke nearby. If you want to do that for dinner.
No.
What? Why not?
I don't know.
What?
But they have other things than just ramen.
I mean, well, we'll work out our dinner plans off screen. Even though, this episode did give me a hankering for ramen because they really focus on ramen.
Yeah, he's the main character for Metalder.
Okay. I did like the fact that Saru is still so committed, and he even says that I don't have money, so I do it imaginary. Oh, the caption on Twitter said, Saru Ranger, the reason he has no money, or Saru, is because he spent it buying NFTs.
Poor fool. Poor fool. I still don't understand that scheme.
Yeah, it was on Twitter. He's like, the only reason he doesn't have money is because of NFTs. And I'm
Well,
like,
yeah,
oh my
because he
God.
has no physical product at all. It's all imagination.
Although, here's the thing. At the beginning, you have Murasame asking, "Why was I made?"
And being told, that's not a question, that's important.
And then you have Saru brother saying, "Why do you fight monsters? It's so scary." And he's like, "No, that's not really important either." It's like you just are what you are,
Well,
these folks.
I think that's like a very existential response, though. Because, okay, think of the not joke question, but from the book, what is the meaning of life?
Life, the universe, and everything. 42. You haven't asked the
Why
right question
42?
yet. Well, that's the answer to the perfect question, but no one knows the perfect question yet.
So it's kind of one of those things
But wouldn't the most perfect question be the most imperfect question? Because the only perfection is imperfection?
No. In fact, that's ridiculous. Who's trying to dodge the question with that?
he actually said something very existential, and you're gonna just kind of poo-poo on it?
Yes, I'm going to take an existential poo-poo. I am dousing it with existential excrement.
I was actually proud of him. I was like, wow, that's like super deep. And then you're like, that's stupid. Wow, Marcus.
That the only perfection is imperfection?
Wow. Okay, it's nice to meet you, Marcus. I'm so happy you're here.
Oh, wow.
Hi, Tim. I'm so happy you're here.
Hi, Ingrid. I'm so happy Jiggly.
Oh, dang. Wait, do I need to get the physical manifestation of your jealousy?
No.
I have cranes, paper cranes that are a physical manifestation of her jealousy.
And he refuses to get rid of them.
Yeah, they're currently in my G.I. Joe box. It's downstairs so we can make sure they move safely sound.
Okay, so I
You
know where I
realize
need to
she's
go.
going to try and burn them tonight. You need to relocate them. But, wow, the glare she gave me
But anyway.
when I called her Ingrid. Oh, she's striking me. Oh, Marcy. Oh, she had me. Oh, the pain. Oh.
Alright, anyway. So, then our guy ends up creating the imaginary ramen cart.
The imaginary ramen cart where...
And it's market price.
And it's market price. So did he actually charge the guy for nothing?
No, it's more of a tongue-in-cheek.
Tongue-in-cheek, but yeah. But I find it interesting. There are two compliments to characters these episodes.
Yes!
Taro is actually looking out for his buds, whereas before he was sort of, you all serve me. He's not really, it was hard to get even praise. And he praised them this episode, and boy, their hearts aflutter.
I know, it's like their hearts grew 10 sizes that day. Because after hearing that 5,000 people got these devices prior to, he's like, wow, my companions are impressive.
But I'll only say that once.
Yeah.
Praise and criticism only need to be given once. But also...
So does that mean I don't have to give you any more praise ever in entirety of our relationship?
It would help if you actually started first. Wow. I have made her speechless.
Poor.
Poor Ingrid.
Poor Cruellica.
I have praised you numerous times.
Alright, with that
Oh,
said,
Lord.
these episodes were great. We didn't have much plot advancement for these ones.
Boy, we didn't compliment Saru. This is a guy who's mostly been narcissistic, according to Taro, or self-serving. Here, he's actually... Even he admits the other guy has an asinine personality.
Oh, yes. For the way he did the,
For the way he tried to mooch the ramen sauce off the owner and didn't even want to start anything new. So this guy does have standards. He's actually a bit more determined than he first lets on.
Yeah, standards are important.
That's right, Ingrid. You're reaffirming?
First, you have to have standards. I mean, I had no standards, and look what happened.
Oh, damn.
On that note,
Oh, damn, I'm getting out of here.
goodbye, everyone. If you somehow, after the end of this episode, want to continue supporting Kaiju Okami, you can do so on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Discord, and Patreon. And we also have our website, creativitybydesignllc.com, where you can also buy some merch that you can find in the link in the comments. If you somehow want to support still Silver Quill, you can do so at MLP Silver Quill for DeviantArt, Twitter, and YouTube. Or you can also search for him at After the Fact, but just disregard the news show because he came first.
Oh, my phrasing.
With that, I'm Cruellica Kain, the most important person here, because I didn't put low blow digs at anyone.
That's because you have no standards.
I was very nice, but apparently both of these gentlemen decided to take their, I don't know, standard issues, that's small, out of me.
Oh, yeah, treat me rough. Oh, yeah, oh.
Look at this, we have
Oh.
proof of abuse on camera. With that said, until next time, bye.